really do something with this.
Hey guys, moving some equipment around this morning, but don't forget to thumbs up the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not. That would really mean a lot to us and it would really help us grow with the YouTube algorithm.
Morning guys, starting our day off with the parts run. Now we got our planter parts, got some super exciting news. We got an unhooked 1038, hooking up a strip till bar. We're not hooking that strip till bar up, that's the super exciting news. I'll tell you more in a little bit. Now Turbo Max, it is going to get hooked onto Dad's tractor to finish up what little bit we have left. We really don't have a whole lot more we're going to do with it. Got a couple fields we're going to try to smooth up because they're pretty bumpy, and that's it. We are actually testing out a strip till bar for a company, and I can't give you a whole lot more details than that for now. Eventually maybe, but not right now. We are still going to strip till though. I will show you the strips, I just cannot show you the bar. I know that part might be kind of annoying, but hey, this is pretty cool. I'm really excited to run this piece, and I'd say it's probably going to do a little bit better of a job than the bar we have just because the bar's fairly wore out. I'm not worried about this one coming apart pulling that trailer. Get it unhooked from this thing, and then we'll go, I guess, hook up to the bar. All right, it's right there. You guys want to see it? Ah, psych. All right, we're hooked up to it. I can't turn the camera that way. Yeah, good stuff. We're gonna see what this 1038 will do now. I got a feeling she's gonna grunt. Pulled it. I'm still testing some things. All right, we're gonna go try this in a different field. Basically, we're gonna try it in a wheat stubble field just because mostly we're going to be going into no-till soybeans fields and no-till wheat stubble fields. So I just want to make sure that we got everything set right. That's what we're doing right now. We're setting everything, getting all of our down pressures right. The strips we're trying to make, we don't want it mounted up real huge since it's so late in the year. We're going to be planting in these strips in probably 2 weeks. So we don't want a huge strip, a huge mound. If this was fall, we'd want a big mound on it. All right, I think we got her pretty well set. We're going to go over to the house. We got to do some studying on how we're going to mount our ground drive pump on here because like I said, we are still planning on mounting that so we can run fertilizer. But our strips look pretty. Like I said, I always knew I was destined to be a stripper. Did get the bar set up. I think we're done messing with that for right now. We do still have to put the fertilizer pump on it. We are still planning on putting on liquid 28 with it. But first, I believe they're coming to get the Oxbow spreader today, and I've got one more load of fertilizer I want to spread with it. So we'll try to do that, I think. I haven't talked to that. That was the plan. Probably changed. But hey, guess who's working with us today? So I did just get confirmation. I am going to be running that dry rig before they take it. Talk to the boss. So I know that's what's happening now. All right, here is the ground that we did. This was the very first pass. So I've did a lot of adjustment after this. As you can see, it's kind of mounted up, which is great if we were doing this in the fall. So with us doing it this close to planting, we kind of made some adjustments, tinkered with some down pressure. That was like the first pass, and then over here is kind of closer to what we ended up with, a little bit flatter of a berm. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it looks. Yeah, I'm excited to try this thing. Yep, things were getting pretty hard up, so had to call for backup. George is helping Larry load, so that way BJ can work on the planter. He is getting the openers on it, and with any luck, we're going to plant some beans today. But I've said that before. I'll probably say it again. What are you guys doing?
Taking a ride.
Taking a ride? Is this homeschooling?
Yeah.
Yeah, field trip, showing them the critters. Looks like someone couldn't hang. Alright, let's go get in the floater. Dad already had it loaded up for me. I feel like a prince. Alright, we're going to attempt to variable rate this. I'm trying to get my prescription loaded up. Shouldn't take long. Well, because BJ and I still aren't smart enough to know by now that we need to carry a laptop, we are back at the office. We had the wrong prescription on that jump drive, so we had to make a new variable rate file real quick. Alright, we're waiting on a call back from our agronomist. We changed some fertilizer stuff around, so we have the wrong VR file. They're supposed to get back with us here pretty soon. But in the meantime, I think we're going to go get the bean planter rolling. Alright, good news is we got our variable rate thing figured out, so I'm in the floater for now. Brother, he is going over to the farm. He's going to get the planter out. He's going to test it before we go back to this field for the third time to make sure there's no more bearings out. He's just going to drop it in the ground and see if anything drags up. Hopefully, we can get that field planted tonight. So right now we are variable rating Mez 10, and this is the first time I've ever done this, variable rate fertilizer. So it's really strange because in some places of the field we're not spreading anything because it's just not a plot, or that soil from the soil test does not show that it needs this nutrition that we were putting on the ground. So that's it's a little odd. It's taking a little getting used to. I'm used to applying a straight rate like we had been the previous few days. Yeah, this bin load is going to last a long time. Like this whole 32-acre field is only calling for like not quite 2 tons. It's taken a little bit of getting used to, but we're getting it. Well, brother just called me, and guess what? He got our bearing out, so that makes bearing number 13. And we haven't even planted a frickin' bean yet. Like, we've planted just like strips. We haven't like made any real progress, like just tuning the planter. Oh man, I got trying to remain calm, but I'm very frustrated at the moment. This is the new ground that was pine trees that we cleaned up last year, and it's very rough. Really going to find out how well this thing rides, because this is very rough. With this being in a former pine forest, if you're new to the channel, this was a 13-acre pine forest whenever we bought this property, and we clear cut it, converted it back to farmland. But the problem is when you do that, you have to pull those stumps. It's just the ground's got a lot of bumps in it. So this is the second year it's been crop farmed. Basically made double the size of this field conjoined with another part of the field, and it's flat ground. The beans actually did extremely well compared to what I was expecting. I believe the first year this field still made like 65. I was expecting closer to like 30, so pretty excited to have this in crops. Just wish it was a little more level. I think we can go through this food plot now. Now this end of that field that connects to the new piece where the pine trees were, give you a little history lesson. This was a log yard from the previous owner. A paper company at one time owned this property, and they'd use this for an auxiliary log yard. So there was gravel roads everywhere, like every, I don't know, they were like 60 feet apart. That's where we got the fill for the grain bins actually, because it was 2s and 4s. It was great stuff. Made a great base over there with the grain bins and over there where we park equipment. But now this field is very rough, where we dug out, you know, it does this where we dug out that rock. Little bouncy. Alright, so apparently Dad went over and was looking at the planter at BJ, and they found out that there was just a rock wedged in that opener. So maybe that bearing is not out. Maybe we are going to actually get to try something. I hope so.
Statistic really quickly as to how many.
I'm really getting frustrated if you can't tell. I'm trying to remain calm and happy and peachy, but it is just really driving me crazy. So one thing that's not super simple in this setup, we have 3 monitors we have to keep track of right now because we're going to use climate again this year. We did make that decision recently. We have Farmer's Edge on part of the fields, but not all of the fields. So we're putting all of our planting data into our Pro 700 so we can get that from Farmer's Edge. And then we were also putting all of our planting data into the Challenger monitor. Probably don't need to, but I guess we are. You guys are watching history. These are BJ's first soybeans going in the ground here.
Y'all should feel honored.
This is also the earliest we've ever done this, so I guess it's double history. So I'll just do a quick check, but I think everything's good. This makes me very happy. A lot of people ask why we run our markers down since we have auto steer. So there's been a lot of times where I thought I had auto steer lines and then I did not. That's why. Now we are going to get out here and do a quick depth check and make sure we're at the right depth. I think we're good. Just want to double check. Alright, we're right at 1.5 inches. Might shallow that up. We're going to raise it up a little bit. It's just a little bit deeper than I'd like it. I'd really rather be 1.25 to an inch. So yeah, that's a quick adjustment. All you have to do is turn this, but I need the pressure off of it. I need BJ to raise it up. All that is doing is controlling how far those wheels, these big rubber wheels, can go down. Those are called the gauge wheels. That's how you get your depth. So yeah, not a hard adjustment. Shouldn't take long at all. Perfect. You can see the moisture right here. We're right in that moisture zone. That'll work. That, and it's supposed to rain tonight. If you've never planted before, especially when you get into larger planters, it's kind of tricky to judge how close you're getting to the edge of the field. So take a little while to get used to it, but he's doing halfway decent. Not bad, not bad. All right, guys, so the first day of Plant 2020, beans are going in the dirt in our new to us 2140. Making some dust fly. All right, now I gotta go try to spread the rest of that fertilizer. Like I said, it is supposed to rain. It is just sitting on the ground, and they're coming to get that oxbow sometime in the future. So I need to get it emptied. All right, turn on our smart path and fire everything up. Get up our universal terminal. There you can see our spinners. That means that when I move, we're going to spread. Now, one thing to keep in mind, this is a Raven controller running through an ag leader universal terminal. So that's why it maybe looks a little different if you have an ag leader in command and you're used to seeing something different. That's why. All right, there we go. We're painting. Now, since I have no lines in here to guide me on that first pass, and I'm spreading, it's kind of hard to see what's coming out of there and whatnot. Basically, I'm spreading 80 feet. I can see Dad's sprayer tracks. He has a 100-foot boom. I'm putting my wheel right on his right side sprayer track. It should put me right about where I need to be. And yeah, there we go. That's how I'm guiding it anyways. All right, so we're about 45 minutes into our first field, and looks like maybe we got an opener stuffed up again. Got kind of an ordeal getting this thing going. The several opener bearings going bad. This was a used planter. I don't know. We're going to get out and see what's happening. Alright, so this guy right here is jammed full of something or other. I don't know if I got a rock wedged in there or what. But these opener wheels are not turning. And you can see the result right there, that big trash pile. Okay, so this is actually one of the opening discs that I replaced either today or last week when we got this thing out of the barn. So I'm fairly optimistic that all we got is something jammed in there and not a bearing out or anything like that. So we'll find out here in just a second. Set you down, guys. I don't know, did anything fall out of there? The bearing's not wobbling in that thing. So, alright, well, looks like maybe we can put it back together and fire things back up. We got 10 acres left. We're just about out of product. We're going to be really close, whether or not we have enough. Hopefully we can make it. It wouldn't be that big of a deal, but with this machine leaving, it might be hard to come back to this exact spot that we run out in. So I'd like to just finish this field, if possible.
Alright, I figured out how to mount the camera again. It's all coming back to me like riding a bicycle. Gosh.
I know one thing, running this thing, I'm sore, but I'm also running 15 miles an hour. I'm running 14 to 15 miles an hour. You can really cover some acres spreading 80 foot that whole time. So yeah, but yeah, I'm kind of sore. It rides really good, but it doesn't matter when you fall into a hole. He still jars you. Yeah, we might get to try the lights in this thing. Oh, Lord, that was a hole. Haven't turned them on yet. I guess I turned them on pulling into the building. Maybe that's what it was. Alright, just got pretty good lights. We're just about out. We're real close. Well, we ran out with just at an acre left. So we were close. Well, have to come back here. It'd be easy to figure out. It's just in that corner, one pass. So not too bad. Not too bad. We did that with the interrogator. I head back over to the bean planter. I think BJ went to get him some dinner, so while he's eating, I'm gonna plant. That thing again. And there we go. No. That's some good stuff. Wow. Planted 20 acres. He shut it down to go eat dinner. And now we get in it in the day. Plant 2020 starting good. So yeah, it's broke down and we're working on it. I don't think we're gonna get it fixed tonight. We're more or less just trying to figure out what parts to order. I'm starting to see a pattern here. It is not a 9/16 metric. Probably. All right, like I said, I highly doubt we're able to fix this thing tonight. We're just trying to figure out what is wrong with it while we have it out. The tech from Case, or from our dealer, he told me to take this box off. I can't remember what he called it, but basically it's what tells the planter what row unit it's on. So I'm gonna take this, they're all daisy chained together. This happened on row 4 and 5. So when row 4 and 5 malfunctioned, the planter would not recognize any rows past that. So I'm taking these boxes, I'm putting them on rows 30 and 31, and we're gonna see what happens. Just trying to, basically process of elimination, just trying to figure out what's going on here.
Man, I was getting ready to make a comment.
What's that? It's on.
I was hoping that light was helping you nearly as much as it helped me. Just then.
You didn't do anything. All you did was unhook a unit.
It'd been nice to see it. What if there was a snake laying on top of it?
Rookies. Back in my day, we'd have had to do this when it was snowing. All right, let's see what we got. Got little hope. I can hear the Pro 700 from here. For whatever reason, that alarm hasn't went off yet. I don't know why, but everything's working right now. This makes no sense. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but maybe we can at least get this field planted. Like I say, it is supposed to rain, so I don't really like leaving fields with the ends planted when it's about to rain. Unfortunately though, now it's gonna be roughly midnight to 11:30 before BJ gets done with this field. I asked him if he wanted to put it up or if he wanted me to plant it. He said he'd plant it, so I guess we're gonna plant it. Now, I am going to help BJ set up a couple functions on the Challenger that he's not familiar with. He's never set up a go and end function, so I'm going to do that and ride a couple rounds with him, make sure everything's going to work. Then I'm probably going to let him get after it. Well, the planter is working fine, but we're having some issues. I never even considered that this is a 1632 instead of a 1631. Which may not sound like a big deal, but there's an offset on a 1632. And I don't know how to put that in the GPS monitor, and it's driving me crazy. I don't even know how to figure what the offset would be. I believe it would be 7.5 inches, but we're off like 3 feet. So, yeah, I don't know. That's It's annoying. We got 30 acres in the ground. It didn't quite go like I wanted, but they are there. This field's not done, so I hope we don't get a lot of rain, but I think we've got our offsets in there. We got out, we did some measuring. I mean, it's a 7.5 inch offset. I'm pretty positive. Trying to figure out how to get it in the Challenger monitor. Got that straightened out. I would like to thank my AGCO rep for some late night assistance. Appreciate it. I don't know, we still got some tinkering to do. I got a couple more measurements I want to make. It's 11 o'clock, and I don't really want to try to be making these adjustments in the dark. I want to be able to see what we're doing. So that's it for tonight. BJ's folding her up, putting her in the shed. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go home and eat some dinner, and I got a YouTube video that's supposed to come out 5 hours ago, so probably to finish that up. Now, a couple things we did take away from this. That planter is going to be pretty sweet when we get these little kinks worked out. To be honest with you, I was not expecting this many little kinks. I thought it would go a lot smoother than this. But I did get to see the benefits of the electric dries planting in this point rows. I mean, that's going to be real nice. So I have high hopes for this thing eventually.